Hey everybody, quick follow-up to our lecture today around chapter 2, and I want to specifically give you some guidance and clarity around the homework going into the weekend. We rushed a little bit at the end, so I wanted to follow up with this video. So everything is in Blackboard in terms of guidance and dates and everything, so you'll notice that we're going to be aiming to wrap up chapter 2 next Wednesday, the 30th, okay? What I want you to do, though, is if you can, get a jump on the written homework assignment and also the assessment if you'd like. Over the weekend, and feel free to use tomorrow's class time where we won't be meeting tomorrow. So use some of that time. I would recommend to get a jump on the homework. For the written assignment, you are being asked to imagine a scenario where you're a new person, you're a new staff or intern at a CPA firm, which means you are not expected to know everything out of the gate. Okay, you're not expected to know much at all, really. If you're new, the idea is that you've had some introduction in your accounting education, your tax education. You're coming in basically with the idea that, okay, we have this thing called the Internal Revenue Code. We have this idea of taxes and the idea that taxes are rooted in legal statute, legal codes. And we need to understand that we need to go to those resources to understand the legal definitions, that kind of thing. So the assignment's written out here. You have some starting guidance. And then the link is here to the writing assignment. I'm going to open it up in a moment. You do have links in here as well to what we looked at in class today, the Internal Revenue Service, the Internal Revenue Code, okay, and then the Treasury regulations. You're going to need mostly the Internal Revenue Code for this assignment, okay? That's where I'm going to ask you to kind of focus your time. So imagine you walk into the office, it's your first week on the job. You may have had some orientation and you've maybe met a few team members, and that's about it. You're brand new, and you get this request from someone who you're working with. Now, the idea is you're a brand new person to the team. You're being asked to do a little bit of research, okay? So they want you to go into the code and they want you to tease out some information and put it into sort of a cogent kind of clear format in a memo to the file. And you can think about the memo to the file as just think of it as a response back to your team member. I have deliberately written it in a format that you might get it at a job, okay? It's meant to be like, colloquial. It's meant to be conversational, but also has some very clear guidance and a little bit of a heads up as to where you can find some of the information. But you're going to have to do some of the digging on your own. You're going to have to kind of, basically dig into this and try and understand. Again, your goal here is to put your best foot forward. So I've given you a couple of starting code sections. You got an intro to the code today during class. It will take you time to read the code. It will take you time to sort through all the language. And I don't want you to rush here. I want you to take care to pay attention to nuance and to where you're being referenced to other places in the code. Looking for maybe a paragraph tops, maybe two. I would invite you to mimic the email so that it's conversational in a way that, in your response. So think about how would you respond to someone who is, who's asking you to do something. There might be an upfront sentence or two about here's what you were looking for. I hope this helps. Maybe you say, I hope this helps at the end. And in the middle, you have the actual analysis. And you want to reference, where possible, where you have found your information. Okay? So we want to actually cite the code here. Now, one final point. Please put your response into the file. Okay? So put your response here. So you might want to say something like, "Hi, Professor D'Souza." You can just, if you want to make up a name, you can too. Like, "Hi, John," or "Hi, Susan," whatever. Just do "Hi, Professor D'Souza. This is in response to your question about," and obviously I'm typing quickly here, so I got a typo here. Typo free, okay? Make sure that this is typed, that you have clear language and that it's accurate and good grammar. Katie Smith's prize money. Okay? And what you want to do is you want to lay out the facts, okay? And you want to also, I'm going to come back here to the assignment. You want to understand the facts. You want to lay out the issue, what's being asked of you. You want to make sure that you cite the relevant authorities, okay? And I'm going to zero in on what I'm referring to here. And you want to basically kind of communicate the results. Now, this is a very simple ask in terms of the prize money. I don't want you to go too in depth. It is fairly straightforward. The rule is written in a pretty straightforward manner in terms of prize money and the taxability there. But I would invite you to take your best shot at being as thorough as you can, okay? Be thorough. And if you're not thorough, I'm going to push back on you and ask for clarity. And that's part of the learning process here. If you're not thorough, I'm going to kind of pressure test you, and you'll have to go back into this assignment and kind of add in maybe some detail, or maybe take some detail out. So what that gets at the fact that what I want you to do is, once you complete this, I want you to share it with me. All right. And I want you to give me edit rights so that I can comment within the file. I'm going to put in my personal email and show you. I want you to choose either, you can choose commenter actually. Choose commenter, and that will give me the right to edit your file. And then feel free to send me the file as a starting point of me editing. Eventually, you're going to want to put this link to your text into Blackboard. Okay, so you're going to need to submit this so that I can have an actual submission within Blackboard. Okay, hope this is helpful. Shoot me an email if you have any questions. Happy to answer them, and have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.